Get ready to lace up. We're taking you inside high school basketball, your home team, your rivals, inside the action, inside the excitement, inside all the games that count. Taking you inside high school basketball like no one else can. This is Inside High School Sports with Pat Doney.
Welcome to Inside High School Sports. I am your host, Pat Doney. A big weekend all over the state as the girls' UIL state championships were Saturday. TAPS had its state title games as well. But we start the show at Wilkerson Grinds with the boys. Plano East was hoping to continue its magical season with a win in the 6A Region 1 championship and earn themselves a trip to the Alamo Dome next week. The undefeated Panthers faced Keller in our Whataburger Game of the Week. Both of these teams have been incredible to watch all year, and both came ready to play in this one. Plano East would race out to an 8-point lead, though, early, with DJ Wagner doing the damage inside. He was a load to handle all game long. Early in the second quarter, more of the same. Wagner and the Panthers would carry a double-digit lead most of the first half. And then here he draws the double team. 4 defenders, in fact, on him, so he kicks it out to the corner. The shot's off, but the big man there for the putback, and that forces a timeout from Keller. Keller head coach Zach Weir is one of the best in the area, and that would help as the Indians would make a run to cut the lead to 5 at halftime. First with Steven Ramirez knocking down the pull-up J, and then some good ball movement leads to this 3 from Rhett Shank. Pure stroke there. After the intermission, Plano East with some good ball movement of their own. It's going to lead to a 3 from Jordan Mazzell. Nice shot. And then a little later on, it's Wagner again. He did a little bit of everything. He takes it the other way here and finishes with a game-high 30 points. The undefeated season remains intact. Plano East advances to the state tournament with a convincing 76-60 win over Keller. In Lufkin, it was Rockwall's first trip to the regional final in program history, taking on Mansfield Lake Ridge in a 6A Region 2 final. Second quarter, Corbin Barwin on the back end of this alley-oop, and the Yellow Jackets are up 15-13. On the other end, Lake Ridge is fast breaking, and look at him, Matthew Alexander, the emphatic dunk. Eagles up 18-15. Second half, Rockwall's Devon Turner lining up the three-pointer. Get some help from the backboard here. Rockwall hanging tough. Lake Ridge's Amari Rose underneath, gets capped, then gets the ball back and shuffles it over to Ize Wakama for the putback, and Lake Ridge has the lead. Then Rose gets the pass underneath and banks it in, plus the foul. Mansfield Lake Ridge is heading to the Alamo Dome for the first time ever with a 48-39 victory. Lancaster taking on the Colony in a good one. The Colony point guard Xavier Green was on fire early. Green scored 6 points in a row in the second quarter. The Cougars up 5. Lancaster star Dylan Batty did some work in the first 16 minutes, scoring half of the Tigers' 20 points. The Colony led by 4 at the break. The lead went back and forth in the third. Lancaster on the break. Amari Reed finishing with the dunk. Tigers up 1 after 3. Early fourth quarter, the Colony hit a 3 to tie the game at 36. Or did they? The refs thought it was a 2, although the replay clearly shows he was clearly behind the white stripe. Lancaster still ahead by 1, though. About a minute to go. Lancaster gets the ball to their big man, who makes a big play with a dunk to put the Tigers ahead by 3. Batty led all scorers with 22. Final seconds. The Colony down 1. One last chance, but they cannot convert. Lancaster going back to state after a 42-39 victory. Faith Family and Dallas Carter meeting for the 4th straight year in the 4A Region Finals. Carter grabbed the lead early. Jordan Stevens, the sweet crossover and laid it off the glass. Next trip down, Chance Purrier. Taking it to the paint, gets the off-balance floater to go. Carter up by 1 after 1. Second quarter, Faith Family starts rolling. Jazz Henderson driving the lane. And 1. Then watch the sweet bullet pass from Henderson to Dorian Onwuchekwa, the two-handed flush. Later, Isaac Williams going to miss the 3, but no one blocks out Davion Atkins on the weak side. His follow-up slam puts Faith Family up 11 at the half. Second half now. Atkins doing the work down low. The nifty up and under. Then it's Williams on the break. He scored 12 of his game-high 23 in the second half. Faith Family wins yet another region title over Carter. This time it's 76-48 the final. Duncanville going for their 12th girls state title as they were taking on South Grand Prairie in the 6A final. First quarter, Texas A&M commit Talea Parker, the tough turnaround jumper for the bucket. And then it's Parker again. This time, taking her defender to the rack, the bucket, and the foul. Warriors up 12-5 early on. Duncanville takes their cue from Parker, though. Attacks the 10 as well. Mariah Clayton going coast to coast. Flips it up and in, and is fouled. And then it's Kaylin Kemp going down the lane. For an easy layup, the Pantherettes are within one. Taylor Barnes would later hit a baseline jumper for South Grand Prairie as they led 18-17 at the half, but the second half was all Duncanville. The Pantherettes are state champs again as they win 59-41 the final. In the 5A final, the best sophomore in the country, JC Abi, led Frisco Liberty against Mansfield Timberview. She showed why she's so sought after early. First quarter, taking her defender into the paint, hitting the floater. Later in the first, watch her get the steal and go in for an uncontested layup. 30 points and 12 rebounds for the super sophomore. Liberty's up 2 after 1. Timberview unfazed. Brooklyn Terry, the open 3. It's good. The Lady Wolves take the lead. Then it's Krishan Coleman. Driving to the bucket. Watch her finish with the left hand. Coleman was 17. Timberview's up 7 at the break. Second half, Emily Jones had a field day in the paint. She hits 2 of her 23 on the fadeaway. Timberview led 34-22, but the Red Hawks race back. In the fourth quarter, Abi finds Isaiah Ferrier for 3. She had 16. Liberty led 51-48. Liberty's defense held Timberview to 1 for 20 shooting in the fourth. This 3 from Kiera Roseby seals it. Liberty wins back-to-back 5A titles with a 60-51 win.
In all the state championships that we've played, which is 6, that's the best opponent I think we've been against. And so to come out on top against them is pretty special.
All right, let's take a time out from the state highlights to introduce you to one of the area's most elite athletes. At Haltom, the Buffaloes have not been accustomed to major success on the hardwood. That is until Kual Attack showed up on the scene. The super talented big man is this week's Parker University MVP. At 6'9", Kual Attack has been a dominant presence on both ends of the floor for the Haltom Buffaloes. On offense, Attack averaged over 22 points per game and was able to make tough shots against tight defenses, especially from three-point range, where he would knock down 3 per game. Defensively, he grabbed just under 10 boards a game, but his rim protection was elite. Attack swatted 70 shots this year for an average of just over 2 a game. Kual will be headed to Oklahoma for his college basketball. Kual can do it all, and we are fired up to have him in studio with his new bobblehead. Man, congratulations.
Man, thank you.
What do we think? I mean, I think it's pretty good. What do you think about the bobblehead, bro?
Man, I love the bobblehead. I mean, they really did the features good, especially with the Grinches. I love the shoes,
yeah,
man.
Love the details in bobblehead. Man, it's so well-deserved. As I mentioned, you've been so fun to watch there.
Thank you,
had
man.
so much success in your career. I want to start off by asking about double teams, because we've had cameras at your games over and over and over again, and you're always getting double teamed. But I feel like that's probably made you a better player, right? I mean, how do you think that's impacted you, and how have you been so good against them?
100%. How that impacted me is that, of course, it keeps the defense sound. So if you send 2 guys at me, I'm just going to pass to my teammate, and I'm going to trust that he's going to hit the shot.
Yeah.
So now it puts you in a terrible spot, because now I'm scoring so much one-on-one, so now you got to bring a second guy. But if you bring a second guy, the other guy's going to hit a 3, and it's just going to throw off the whole defense off, and it just, you know, makes us a better team. So.
And it didn't phase you from scoring, because you averaged more than 20 a game this year. I mean, so you did that. But I love, as we mentioned in the story, the rim protection. You are such a fantastic defender. I bet you pride yourself in that. I mean, watching you, it feels that way. Is that something you really care about?
Yes, because, I mean, before, especially back in my freshman year and sophomore year, transitioning to high school, I really wasn't as good a defender. I really used to rely on my height, but as soon as I played AAU, my coaches, they really emphasized playing defense and everything. I feel like my senior year, I really started taking pride in that, and especially for next year too, I know I have to take pride in defense, especially to stay on the court.
And I'm glad you mentioned next year, because that's where I want to go now, because you're headed to Oklahoma.
Yes.
Man, the Sooners fans, they are so excited to get this guy there in Norman and playing. You could have gone a lot of places. You had a lot of options.
Yeah.
Why was OU the right pick for you? Why did you say that's where I want to play college
Well,
basketball?
Oklahoma, because, of course, like Coach Mosher, like how he coached, he took a team to the Final Four, you know, and so he knows his players, and really he keeps it up front with you. You know, he knows, he pretty much gives out, what he wants for, each player, you know, and, he told me the truth, you know, what I need to do to be a better player, you know, and how I can become a better player and how I can be used for his team, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
I'm glad to be a part of it.
The future is so bright for Qualitas. I cannot wait to watch you at OU. Congratulations on an awesome career at Halton, man, and good luck going forward, okay?
Of course. Thank you, man.
When we come back, we're going to have TAP State Championships game action. Plus, we take a look at how the DeSoto Lady Eagles helped give back to a country in need. Stay with us. Parish Episcopal and John Paul II met in Waco to decide the TAP 6A championship. Clock winding down in the second. Sawyer Batts comes up with a loose ball for Parish. He gets the lay-in to beat the halftime buzzer to give his team a 4-point lead at the break. Early in the fourth, JP2 down 3, but they find bobblehead winner and Richmond commit Bryson McLaughlin, who connects from downtown to tie the game. JP2 up 1 late, but Antoine Allmutter, the huge steal, takes it all the way to the rack, and he's fouled. He would hit both free throws to give the Panthers the lead, but the Cardinals take it right back. Timothy Koppel to Alexander Russell, who knocks down the 3 to make it 42-40. We were tied with under 20 seconds to go. Parrish working it around. Then Torian Mitchell finds Armin Allmutter. And here's your go-ahead bucket with 6 seconds to go. That's your game winner. Parish Episcopal is your TAPS 6A state champion with a 46-42 victory. The TAPS 6A girls final pitted 2 DFW teams against each other as Ursuline was taking on Bishop Lynch. First quarter, that's Micah Ford starting an 8-0 Bishop Lynch run to start the game with a bucket and a foul. She led all scorers with 15. But the Lady Bears had already beaten Lynch twice this year. They were on the run on this play. Madeline Davis to Molly Davis. Ursuline's within 4. Trying to score again. The Lady Bears turn it over. And that steal would give Bishop Lynch our defensive title belt and an easy layup on the other end for London Perry. Lady Friars up 29-16. Bishop Lynch would never let Ursuline get closer. Quick passing leads to a layup for Iana Axon underneath. Another state title for the Lady Flyers. They win 56-40. Head coach Andy Zillman now has over 1,150 wins in his legendary career. The DeSoto girls basketball team is known for long playoff runs, and this year was no different as they made it to the Region 2 final. But as our inside story found out, the Lady Eagles stepped away from a rigorous practice schedule this year to help kids thousands of miles away get better at the sport they love. Before the DeSoto Lady Eagles' recent playoff run, the girls sat down and listened to Pastor Becky Hennessy of Trinity Church in Cedar Hill.
It's going to make a difference in somebody's life.
Pastor Becky spoke about the children of poverty-stricken Gulu, Uganda, and how they were introduced to the game of basketball. The same sport these Lady Eagles are passionate about. But in Uganda, a majority of the kids are playing in bare feet or flip-flops. Pastor Becky reached out to the DeSoto girls, as well as some other teams in the area like Mansfield and Cedar Hill, and asked if they'd be willing to donate used basketball shoes to the cause. The girls were more than happy to oblige.
It's just better to give than receive. So I feel like it's very important because it shows that you are putting others before yourself and to show love back to people who are in need and they don't have as much as you have.
You know, it's just so much bigger than basketball. And, you know, we want to be able to teach these ladies about life and teach them about gratitude and how to give back. And like I said, when we had an opportunity to partner with somebody, we just took it and ran with it.
5 huge boxes were left for shoe donations, and each and every one was filled to the top with quality basketball sneakers. The generosity of these girls will be felt hundreds of miles away. But at that moment, their goodwill really touched the heart of Pastor Becky.
It is the most amazing thing, the kindness of people, and that's what happens when we give kindness and we make a little bit of a sacrifice, which isn't really very much of a sacrifice. It just is so wonderful to see everybody lean in and want to do something, and it gets paid back so much, and it's really this essence of joy in our own lives.
The shoes made the trip to Uganda recently, and the Lady Eagles are expecting a video of the children receiving the gifts soon. The girls will get to see the meaningful impact they made from such a selfless gesture.
I am more than excited to look at that video and see how happy those kids are because it's way better than, you know, playing in bare feet or in flip-flops or whatever, socks, you know what I'm saying? So I think I will be more than excited.
These shoes will make a pretty big impact because, like us, we can't go on the court and play against somebody else without shoes, without socks, and just playing flip-flops because then it prevents an injury from happening, one. And then 2, it prevents you from growing and growing and growing to that higher level that you want to achieve.
Seeing those kids playing barefooted, I mean, I think it touched everybody's heart. We had a couple kids get a little bit emotional, and they were excited to do this. And so all we had to do was take a little bit of time before a game, put some shoes in a box, and give some shoes that we're probably not even wearing. Why not?
Just an awesome gesture there. All right, when we come back, we're going to go next level with a fantastic guard out of Dallas ISD. Stay with us. The Ponder Lions squaring off against the Paradise Panthers in a 3A regional final. A low-scoring affair, so any points were important. Paradise's Andrew Messenger with the pump fake, which frees him up to splash home the 3. Ponder's Timber Kreider gonna fire a corner 3. Watch him miss, but follow his shot and gets the putback. Always follow your shot, kids. Displayed well there. Paradise had a 4-point lead at the half and added to it when it's Messenger, this time from beyond NBA range, finding nothing but net. Nice looking shot there. Ponder comes right back, though, with a 3 of their own. Carter Eddy ripping the twine from the corner. We're tied late, but with a 3-point lead and 10 seconds to go, Ponder's Tyson Price hits this free throw to put the Lions up 4, and that's your ball game. Ponder gets the hard-fought 28-24 win over Paradise to punch its ticket to San Antonio. Dallas Kimball fell short on their attempt to repeat as 5A state champs, but Sean McFarland from the Dallas Morning News tells us the future is bright for the Knights thanks to a young guard with exceptional talent.
There's a certain level of excellence you have to meet to start for Kimball's basketball team. They've been one of the state's best programs in the last decade. They produce NBA players, All-Americans, and countless Division I prospects. Point being, the bar is high. Jalen Dean Vines might be the next Kimball player to clear it. A top 15 recruit in the state of Texas, Dean Vines has averaged 13.6 points, 3.8 rebounds, and over 2 steals per game this season for Kimball, which finished the regular season as the state's number 23 ranked 5A team. In Kimball's playoff loss to Frisco Lone Star, he scored 23 points on 7 of 12 shooting and pulled down 7 rebounds. He had a 6-block game against state-ranked W.T. White. He didn't miss a single shot in the district game against Woodrow Wilson, and he scored double-digit points in all but 6 games he played this season. At 6'3", Dean Vines has good size for a combo guard, but can fly and defend like a forward. He's a threat to make a play on a fast break and can knock down an open three-pointer. Kimball's a young team with high expectations for 2025, and Dean Vines will be the centerpiece. Dean Vines already holds scholarship offers from Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and Tulsa. He's a 3-star recruit according to 247 Sports with 1 more year of high school to go. Don't be surprised if more and more in-state programs come calling for him.
He is a good one. Thank you, Sean. When we return, it's time for our Plays of the Week. Stay with us. That's it for this week's show. We leave you with our Kroger Plays of the Week.